Hi, I'm Ben Smithard and I'm a director of photography. On The Father, it always starts with a script. You know, I was fascinated by the script and I loved the script. I didn't know what kind of director he was going to be because he hadn't directed much at all before the first film we did together. Our relationship just kind of blossomed quite quickly. You know, we got on very well and we understood each other. It was all about the detail and about the finessing and finding the story and finding what he wanted, how I was going to tell that story with the camera. Well, The Son is about a family who have been kind of torn apart by their marriage. And then the son, at the beginning of the film, wants to go and live with his father rather than his mother, so he goes and lives with his father. And then there's this dynamic between the father and the son. The son is obviously having some mental health issues, and it kind of spirals a little bit because it's about the dynamic of their relationship and how that affects the young boy and the father's father. There's a family dynamic all the way through that ultimately manifests itself in the way that the son, mental health is deteriorating pretty much all the way through the film. It's part of the plays that he wrote about this, because the father is, even though it's a completely different story, has a similar theme. He wrote 3 plays and the son is the second of those plays. On The Father, we didn't have long conversations about the lighting, we just didn't. It was more about how we were going to shoot it and how we were going to tell the story with the camera. A little bit less so about the lighting. I didn't go in with any preconceived ideas of how we were going to do it. We went through a similar process for The Son as we did for The Father. Now I knew I was going to light it slightly differently because Florian gave me a few pointers about how he thought it should be, because if you're not careful it could be too dark a theme, not necessarily in the way that it was lit. It could quite easily go that way. There was no connection between the 2 films and there didn't need to be, so I went with that flow. So I shot The Son on the Sony VENICE. I didn't think that just by choosing another camera that it would necessarily make it so different from The Father that I needed to do that. So I liked the lenses. I knew that I could get everything I needed from the camera. And I thought I was going to choose slightly different lenses, but I ended up shooting with the same lenses that I'd had on The Father. So there's a reliability to the Venice which I like, and the flexibility of it. So I just went with it again. I knew it was going to work. The Son worked well on the Venice. There's no doubt about it.